Hello, the doc is in and welcome back to another chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 216, Bath. Last chapter, hype, cooking, life is great in the world of JJK. Not literally in the game, but if you're not in the game, not literally in the story, but if you're reading the story in real life, right? You're watching Gege cook, you're eating good. You're eating absolutely magnificent. Last chapter, we had a Yuji Maki combo fight versus Sukuna to get out alive. Presumably, everybody's still kicking. Sukuna makes fun of Yuji. I wouldn't say dog walks him, but he makes him look like a wimp and is like, all right, let's go take this bath. And that's where we start this chapter. We're at the bath. So, right, Sukuna's in the bath now. We don't really get the setup. We do get explanation of like what's going on with the bath, how's the bath work, blah 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 blah, but we'll get to there when we get there. Chapter starts off, actually you have Kajaku and Arame talking. They're in the Zenin clan base, and this is where the bath is taking place. So Arame is staying with Sukuna to make sure the bath all goes well, but they're having a little bit of back and forth conversation, and basically Arame is like, so why aren't you doing your merger? And Kajaku's like, well, I have to finish the game before I can do the merger, and I plan on finishing the game pretty soon. And Arame is like, oh, okay, but then why are you here? Why don't you go do that? And he's like, well, I want to check out this bath first, it seems pretty hype. And she, me, Arame is like, all right. And Kajaku's a little sad because he's kind of hoping that Arame would just ask about his plans, but she doesn't bother. She's like, well, I had this bath to finish for my mans, but yeah, fun with that. Arame decides to explain the bath because Kajaku shows interest, and basically the gist of it is that the original purpose of this kind of bath is that you get like all these ingredients and you do a thingy. It's for like cursed tools and stuff, cursed heirlooms, that sort of thing, blah blah blah. You let it marinate, let all these nasty juices marinate together, yada yada yada. It's a lot of stuff, but the gist of it is the purpose of it isn't initially for what Sukuna and Arame are currently doing, and the way we can designate how it's different is because to create the bath we use what appears to be the blood of cursed spirits to make the juice. And how do you get the blood of cursed spirits? Because generally when you fight cursed spirits, they kind of like disappear when you start being an ass as well. Arame explains basically all you gotta do is just pin the cursed spirits down and then not kill them, but instead brutalize them so then they start bleeding, but not enough to die. And that's how you get the blood. And then you gotta get a bunch of them, right? And kind of like a tea bag, you gotta strain out, not even tea bag, but like kind of like with a strainer, they're straining out just the juices into the pool area. It's just like, oh well, that's firmly disgusting and gotta violate a couple Geneva conventions and be a couple of war crimes, but I mean, is what it is, I guess. But that's how the bath works. And why the bath? Well, the bath is because it brings you closer to evil, and Sukuna needs to be closer to evil to better purify his new body, or any new body, it seems. I get the suggestion, well, the idea from all this from this conceptually, that obviously this has been done before, and so therefore they know that using this method, and it makes it easier for Sukuna to take over the body, because the idea is that it's supposed to push that, like, the bath itself is supposed to push Megami's soul deeper, I guess, into like the psyche, and so therefore make Sukuna more the forefront and therefore more in control and less likely to get pullbacks from Megami because he's just deeper into the body because of the evil. Right. And as you get the finish of the explanation, Sukuna exits the bath and he's naked. I mean, I don't swing that way, but I'm sure somebody's quite excited for this. But right, the bath is over, Sukuna's back out, he's conscious, he's walking around, and immediately he's like, where's Fushiguro Tsumiki to Kogane? Kogane's like, Sendai. Oh no. Now, as we know, you could go anywhere, right? And we know that the person named Yorozu was like, when you're ready, come pull up. We got a squabble. And obviously we don't really know anything about Yorozu. But all the people here, Orame, Kijaku, Sukuna, they all know her. Or him, rather. And they're talking about him, and we're getting a little bit of lore on who this person is. It seems like, well, initially, the spoilers, people's spoilers from before the chapter came out, they're talking about how it seems like Sukuna and Yorozu used to be lovers and whatever, right? Basically, she's actually, this is a girl, is like his wife or girlfriend or something. He wronged her, and now she's pissed, and so she wants to kill him. Right. Well, with the choice of word of he and the way the situation, the way phrasing set up, it seems as though instead Yorozu's more like maybe another fan, similar to like a Kashimo in a sense, and so that's why they're supposed to fight. And so it's basically like a fanboy. That's kind of the best way to put it. It's a fanboy, and they want to fight. And so Sukuna's like, I mean, I honestly don't care about that person, right? Don't care about Yorozu. And it could be not that, it could be more to that, but nonetheless, Sukuna's like, nah, I don't care about the person. I care about it for my vessel, because if I kill Fushiguro Tsumiki, it'll make Fushiguro Megami go deeper into the darkness, and then make it even better and easier for me to maintain this body and perhaps just keep it forever. And that's pretty much seems like the game plan. And so Kenjaku takes them up on taking them to Sendai in exchange for getting all their points. We'll discuss that more in the ending section, but for right now, we are off to Sendai. We're finally back. Oh my god. But let's go see the people in Sendai. You know, let's go check out the villagers. So we get to see Uro, Ryu, hanging out, standing on the building, and they just feel pressure in the distance, and whoosh, darkness starts covering the area. Now I don't think it's literal, but it's probably more like we've seen it before, where like if a character is really serious and they start like really I don't say venturing out with their power, but like their power starts to surge, the curse energy starts to surge, the whole area starts to feel like look all tendrily, like a whole bunch of curse energies flowing off of them, right? Obviously Sukuna has that kind of feeling all the time, 100% of the time. Everywhere he pulls up, it's just like, oh, the pressure, right? These two, right? From when Uro's from, she was around when Sukuna was around, so she has first-hand experience with the kind of nonsense Sukuna can get up to. Now I don't think that means they actually fought or anything of the sort, but she knows. Ryu, you just like, oh, I just want to fight really strong people, and you know, this is my dessert, you know, really get to tussle, right? But suddenly it's like, nah. So they wince. The aura. Ryu, this is way too sweet. Uro, he's here. The king of curses. Oh, he's here. And he just pulls up. He's just there. Boom. He's here. On the floor, face to face, Ryu stepping to the plate. Ryu steps to the plate. I don't know if okay, actually, you know what? I don't even want to say he steps to the plate. I feel like he's standing there. He's like, okay, somebody's about to pull up. Let me scrap. Sukuna lands. He sees Ryu, and he's like, he walks up to him. He's like, so you gonna run or nah? Ryu just stared at his face. I know in his head he's just like, oh my god, I'm so fucked. And then Sukuna's like, alright, slice, boom, cross the chest. But he's not dead. He low-key kind of tanks it. Ryu backs up, and Sukuna gives his praises. He's like, whoa, you're not bad. You impressed me. I was intending to fillet you 3 times, but instead I only got 1 slice off. Next time, I won't fuck it up. Not to worry. And Ryu's sweating. He hasn't even said a word. And so he's like, granted, let me cut on through here. Dead. He's finished. He's done. Look at his head. 3 slices. sashimi, sushi cut. That man is dead. He even get a head off. He even get a sentence off. This is the new Sendai. Oh, I am happy to be back in Sendai. Condolences to my main Ryu. Moving on. Pull up. Stadium. Yorozu. Sukuna. It's time to squabble. End of chapter. Oh my. Oh. Now that ending section. Now pulling. See, I've been waiting to get back to Sendai so long. I'm like, man, I can't wait to see Yuta again. I can't wait to see Ryu and Uro work together with Yuta. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. Backwards order, like we usually do. Ryu's dead, and the lack of fanfare for it really just says like, oh, like Maki and Yuji getting out of the fight with Sukuna because of Megumi's help was like a godsend, because literally somebody like Ryu would dog walk Yuji, right? Maki would probably be able to beat him, right? Sukuna pulls up on him, basically is like, so you're not gonna run, huh? All right, slice. Oh, my bad, I ain't put enough power into it. Let me really put my back in. Killed him instantly. Literally, he's dead. He died so fast that not only did Sukuna blitz him, which he doesn't even need to do when he does those cleave and slices and everything. He does not need to approach to cut you into pieces, all right? He passed through him, cut his head into 3 pieces, and that's the end of the fight. Before Ryu could even get anything off. This is Jujutsu Kaisen. This is why we let Gege cook. It's nasty work, but only from my man Sukuna. I wouldn't even be surprised if Uro's like, I'm not coming out. I'm not looking that man. I'm not even gonna breathe too hard in this guy's. I can't breathe too hard in the colony because Sukuna's here and he might get pissed off and obliterate. Oh my, jeez, the nasty work. Let's cut over to Yorozu situation with Sukuna. Like I said, it seems like it's more like a fan to I wouldn't say successor, but basically like a fan situation. Yorozu's a fan. Maybe not romantic, but there could be a suggestion because there is a panel where when Sukuna comes out of the bath, he looks at his finger. He has like a little cut on his finger, and that's when he asks about Sumiki. So it could be a case of like, oh, this is for the Megumi plan, but it also could be partly because there is some kind of like genuine, like deeper connection between Yorozu and Sukuna that isn't just as close as like, oh, I'm just another Kashimo who just wants to throw hands with Sukuna, and I believe I got the strength to like, outdo him. Let me see about that. Like I think, especially with the fact that Kenjaku and Arame kind of speak on like the history of Yorozu and like their connection to Sukuna, that it's gonna come up. It has to. And then that's pretty much that. It's on that part. The fight. Next chapter. Next chapter. But outside of that, bath, straightforward enough. It's not really important because the bath is over. But the interesting part is the part about how we basically find out that Kenjaku has lied to Chozo and that the merger can't happen until the Culling Games are over. Therefore suggesting that the best way to keep Kenjaku from completing his plan is to just never let the Culling Games finish. But he also gives suggestion that the Culling Games in and of themselves are just really hard to end. And it doesn't seem to involve Sukuna necessarily. It doesn't seem to be a direct implication that Sukuna has an involvement in part of the ending Culling Games plan. And that it's kind of just like Sukuna, they made some kind of deal like, oh, you get to hang out, do whatever you want, and just don't fuck up my plans. And Sukuna's like, tell me what to do. But since you're basically telling me I can do whatever I want, why not? And so that works I imagine it works in Kenjaku's favor in some way, shape, or form. He's just too much of a schemer to just let like a wild card just be doing stuff. But yeah, it seems like Kenjaku has a plan for how he's going to end the Culling Games, even if he does suggest that it's quite difficult to end the Culling Games. So yeah, the next couple of chapters, very interesting, very, very interesting. But for this one, I think that's about it. Thank you for watching, and the doc is out. Peace.
Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe and watch the videos on the right. Other than that, the doc is out. Bye.